You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's kind of a great dynamic of sharing information with each other.
My name is Pete Hitchings. I'm Incubator Manager for LU Inc., which is Loughborough University's business incubator. We're based on the Loughborough University Science and Enterprise Park. LU Inc. brings together 3 different communities in one space. So we bring together academic spin-outs, we bring together graduate startups, and we bring together entrepreneurs from the local area, but also further afield, so anywhere in the world. The benefit of being in a space like this is you have access to training, access to networks, so we can connect you with investors and other entrepreneurs doing similar work. We can also obviously provide workspace and technology that's available through that workspace, and just opportunities to access one-to-one support and help and connect with other entrepreneurs. I think one of the main benefits of being part of an environment like this is that shared community spirit. So the opportunity to check in with other entrepreneurs who are experiencing the same challenges, understand, the pitfalls and other lessons that people have learnt, and pay forward your own knowledge to other entrepreneurs to increase the success of anyone that you're working alongside. It's also about having access to those support networks.
I really enjoy working in a collaborative space in an incubator. We're all going through the same stages, going through the same checkpoints, and all learning at the same time. So one of the best things is just having a group of people all running businesses in the same room. So whenever you get stuck, you can just openly ask a question to the room and someone will probably have been through whatever you're struggling with. Is something that's been really useful.
Working in an incubator with other people is really great because you have all these startups at different stages of development. For example, myself, I launched a successful Kickstarter last August, and some other people are thinking about doing that. So it's great for me to kind of share my expertise with them, and vice versa. Some people in here have raised their first seed investment, and we'll be looking to do that in the near future. So you scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's kind of a great dynamic of sharing information with each other.
It's not just a physical location that we can take advantage of. That network is expanding, which is fantastic for mentors, opportunities that we never would have been able to drive with just ourselves. And also taking it forward in terms of monetary. The Loughborough Startup Fund was one of the first parts of the funding that gave us some IP protection that we put into a patent filing. So Loughborough's starting to really drive forward its enterprise division, and we're quite excited to be a part of it.
A big principle of the way that we operate the incubator is looking at the cohorts that we recruit and what kind of ideas that they're looking to develop. And so our technology solutions are typically led by what we see as the kind of prevalent group of businesses that we're working with. What's their requirement? We like to have flexibility to respond to the needs of those different businesses and the cohorts that we see come through. We also try and predict what people might be working on in the future in terms of new technologies, how they might be manufacturing those new technologies and producing them, especially at those earlier stages when they have, hardware prototypes to produce.
I think being able to have a professional look and edge around our CAD packages and also our product has been key. We want to talk with manufacturers. It's not every day they sit down with a 27-year-old entrepreneur wanting to spin out their first product who they think will not have a good understanding, but being able to have refined edges and clean edges with a software that we will send over to them has been a massive help.
Being able to have a nice 3D design or a really good render that we can show to someone or send across to them can really help convey exactly what we're doing in a way that wouldn't be possible without those visuals. So if we can't show them the product in person, what we like to do is send across those images that we've been able to create in SolidWorks and just give a better picture of exactly what we're doing.
And it's really, really beneficial in the sense that we can basically have an idea, we can design it in the morning, print it like by lunch, and then have the tangible thing in the afternoon. So it's really nice to have that quick design iteration where you can idea, prototype, test, and then repeat, and then hopefully you get to something that you're really happy with by the end.
So having access to this kind of program in support of entrepreneurs means that these individuals who are at their very earliest stages get a lot of help and advice from an expert team who has knowledge about the software whilst they're trying to develop their new prototypes, new technologies, and actually having that safety net and that kind of trusted voice that you can have a chat with really helps at this early stage as they get their head around the technology, what they can achieve with it, and then hopefully build their successful business on the back of it.
I think being able to call on the Solid Solutions team, because they're the experts in their domain. As I said, we're constantly learning and we're trying to stretch the boundaries on what our products and technologies can do. Being able to understand people's past experiences and where they can help us in our development journey has been quite a nice, comforting soundboard. So being able to pick up the phone and ask questions alongside tutorials, and also having email exchanges on new opportunities that we may never have considered.
The support from Solid Solutions has been really useful. I mean, even in a pandemic, we were still developing our designs. Obviously, everyone was at home, everyone was working mostly by themselves, and developments were still going on. And so I was working on a new design, a new iteration, and got really stuck and just couldn't seem to get any further. And so I ended up calling Solid Solutions after dinner one evening, and they were still there and still able to help, which I definitely wasn't expecting, but was very glad that they were able to help that day rather than having to wait till the next morning.
We started speaking to the Solid Solutions team because a number of the businesses that we have based in the incubator are working with the team, and we're finding them a pleasure to work with and very flexible around the kind of membership of the entrepreneur program that they run. Loughborough has a great pedigree in terms of engineering, in terms of design, and bringing those different things together. And actually, that means that we expect more and more businesses to be using things like CAD technology and also 3D printing their first prototypes. And if we can help them do that, then fantastic. Here in the incubator, we have a bank of 3D printers, but are actually operated by most of our members most of the time. And we'll always be looking for opportunities to put more of these technology advancements in the incubator so we could have a better offer for businesses that we work with in the future.
I think the application process for the Solid Solutions and the enterprise program was smooth. So smooth that in the process of writing numerous grants, numerous applications, you always remember the ones that take ages and you didn't really benefit from. From this one, we've benefited so much from the program that the application just feels a very small section of the whole time that we've committed to be able to benefit from the whole program as itself. So the whole year has been a massive addition, and the application itself was a simple online form and an actual phone call to help clarify any questions we had. So it was always nice to have someone at the end of the phone as well, rather than just another text screen that we had to fill in.